Well, let's get to the main event. Love and Marraige, Huntsville. Oh, so we open with Tish still wearing these tired pleather dresses. Hair still ain't together. And still with Marceau. It's a tragedy. So Marceau went to Africa by himself? For what? How you gonna go to the motherland without the mother of your children? That don't make no sense. You ain't got to go to Africa alone money. You ain't Will and Jada. You just needed to go somewhere and cheat in peace. COVID depression, my butt. I could use a vacation too. So Marceau says he wants a chief of staff, a personal assistant, and immediately Tisha says, well, is it going to be a woman? He said, of course it's going to be a woman. Woman. Why can't you get a man? That way he could cover for your cheat-tay. A woman gonna snitch on you. Actually, Tisha, you should be advocating for another heifer. Tisha said, well, you messy, Marceau. You posted Reese on the Atlanta trip when he said he wasn't there at the reunion. So apparently Marceau's been accused of cheating by one of Ariane's fellow hussies. Tish bringing it up and Marceau's like, girl, you gonna bring it to light. Well, we knew you weren't faithful like we know you ugly. Oh, goodness, now we with Martell and Destiny. Well, no, Destiny ain't got a man. And Tiffany's man at the gym. You go to the gym so that men can look at your booty, Martell. You go there to be admired. Oh, God, 2 seconds in and you already whining about Melody. I'm so sick of you. Ooh. So Melody admitted that she cheated too, but you had already cheated first and she had left your happy ass. Aw, Kimmy got a pit bull. All right, so we getting Maurice backpedaling and pussy popping about being at this trip. Kimmy casually bringing it up and he already trying to soft shoe off topic. So she asked him, did you cheat on me while we were dating? So he says no, he didn't hump on the hussy. Maurice tells Kimmy you should be there for Tisha as a big sister since her big ugly's cheating on her. Kimmy's like, we're focusing on your crap right now, and I need you to care how you look in these streets. Oh, Lord, what the hell is this? Love and Hip Hop Alabama? Off-key Destiny's in the studio. Swatting at notes, but missing them each time. So she ended up going broke, and her and Mel still are on the out, so she hasn't played her new music. But honey, it's not good, so do you want your friends to lie to you? Or shoot down your dreams? So apparently Mel heard Destiny bad-mouthing her to Tisha by putting a glass up to the wall and eavesdropping on her conversation. I could see Mel pulling it. Oh, and she's mad Destiny was talking to Tisha. Well, I mean, I imagine this was a late-night conversation and having to hear event and divorce all night would get on my nerve, too. Tisha's like, I knew we weren't friends, but I didn't think we were enemies. You knew that heifer couldn't stand you. Destiny, if you've known her for 5 years and she's kept kicking friends to the curb, I don't know how you didn't think you weren't gonna eat asphalt at some point. Meanwhile, across town, Mel meets with Kimmy at a wine shop. Mel tells her, I'm having a pajama party. I'd love for you to come, but Tisha and Destiny aren't invited. So they get to breaking down this Atlanta trip photo. This was back in 2015. And Kimmy's like, look, we all knew they went. And I think they meant went to the strip club. The only two that were married were Martell and Marceau. So Kimmy's like, well, if he cheated back in 2015, I might have to give it a pass because we was just dating. But if he cheated on me while we were married, I'm out. Then Mel goes into how she overheard Tisha and Destiny talking about her in their hotel room. Well, that's true because Mel's a Scorpio. The girl called you your astrological sign and you want to act the ass. Yeah, honey, you just looking for a plot line. Because we sick of you going back and forth with Martell. So now you got to pick on poor Destiny. Lonely Destiny. Left right after the altar Destiny. She's been through enough. So Destiny apologized for talking smack, but Mel's like, look, I gave all my second chances to Martell, so you just SOL. But I feel like you've wanted to drop Destiny since last season. Ever since she got divorced without telling you, you just haven't had the time of day for that heifer. So Marceau gonna have a kumbaya dinner after he done throw Maurice up under the bus. Threw his brother under the bus. Lord, why is Martell doing a boudoir photo shoot? He calling Destiny for some baby oil? Okay. We already starting with Mel. Since he knows they on the outs, he gonna cuddle up to her exy bestie. And child, close your robe. Ain't nobody trying to look at you. We know you easy. So he got a new assistant and is trying to get on his pressing promomo. You wrote a book on how to what? Be a piece of shit husband? Destiny's like, why am I here? Because you want camera time, and Melanie won't give you the time of day. However, Destiny tells Martell, you know, Mel was eavesdropping on me at the hotel in LA, and now she ain't talking to me because I was talking to Tisha, her enemy. Of course, Martell's happy to take this time to bash Mel and say she's a bad friend. So now that Melody's dropped Destiny, she's got a new friend, Stormy. So Stormy is a hair heifer. And Melody's trying to sling her skincare. I mean, everybody trying to do skincare, so girl, I guess. You ain't got bad skin. You just wear a lot of makeup. So she gets to asking Mel about the reunion. Mel said at the reunion whether or not I was blowing somebody, but the point is, you took your penis out the house and had a baby. So don't you be bothered about my BJ. So she invites Stormy to her pajama party and tells her that Tisha and Destiny aren't invited to the party. Mel said she's only down for those who are truly loyal. So Tisha has to go because she wanted to sit at the reunion and smirk. Stormy, however, ain't here for Tiffany, and neither am I. She is strange and thirsty. Mel, you like Tiffany because Tiffany starts mess. And that's why you told Stormy to feel her out. Because Stormy seems like she'll start some shit and Tiffany seems like she'll keep it up. For ratings. Oh God, Tisha, stop whining about this damn house. He ain't building shit. Any updates on Scott Manor? Scott Shack remains as unfinished as Shit Ray. It's a spring, summer, fall tea for me. Y'all been in that investment property for 3 years, honey. That ain't investment, that's your house. Oh, Lord, but here come Tisha mama. Wanda with the mess. So the mama wants to know why Marceau put Maurice on blast. Because Marceau's an ass. Wait, what? Wanda's getting a food truck? She look like she can cook. Marceau gonna give Wanda the money to invest to keep her butt busy. I'd want her out of my business too. But now Wanda gets to cussing Marceau out for asking her to get him some coffee and throwing Maurice up under the bus. So now the mama asking Marceau if he ever had an apartment with Martell. And Marceau's like, I don't hang out with Martell like that. Only in the group. So you know how Marceau is. He enjoys dodging the question and not answering. And Wanda keeps pressing him. And he's just like, if you don't know me by now, you'll never know me. And of course, Tisha don't believe it. She just tucks her head into the sand so comfortable. So now we got Kimmy's son. He done moved in on his own, and she and Maurice dropped by. Child, even Monster's asking about the picture on IG. Jalen wants to know, Maurice, did you cheat? And now it's the night of Melody's slumber party. It's so sad that Tisha won't be at this event. Mel is so petty she done invited Tisha's cousin. You know that got Tisha teared up. I don't know why I couldn't go to the event. I'm not even her enemy. But you're snide, you throw rocks and hide your hands, and you're a backstabbing little heifer who uses her mama as a pit bull. So Tisha's cousin and Stormy started asking Kimmy about the post. And she's tired of people being up in her business. I can almost agree with Stormy. It seems like Marceau throwing Maurice under the bus keeps the light off Marceau and his out-of-wedlock babies. But then, of course, Mel has to take a moment to Tisha bash and talk about how she was making faces at the reunion and said she was trying to destroy her Marraige. And trust me, honey, nobody cares about your union with that big ugly. Girl! Melanie brought this cousin just to dog Tisha out. Tisha, you gotta worry about your family. Fuck your friends. Your cousin is over here saying, oh yeah, she's been brought some things where she's had to look at her marriage. Hussies, harlots, and home wreckers. The cousin said, well, her truth for her is that she doesn't see any of the things that Marceau is accused of, so she fine with them. So Kimmy's getting tired of talking about Tisha since she wasn't invited. However, Tiffany wants to talk to Kimmy, make sure they on the good foot since she embarrassed her at the reunion. Tiffany gonna say I wasn't fired, I left with benefits. Well, what you doing now, heifer? You were looking for a job before they told you don't let the doorknob hit you. Child, but now Stormy over here chirping in the conversation. She says, well, you know, girl, you were saying that you were Tiffany of the Chamber of Commerce, so it may have been 5 years ago, but you were still riding that title. So Tiffany makes a joke about 12-year-olds, aka harkening back to when Monster was smoking. And Stormy can already tell she don't like Tiffany. And the truth is, neither do I. But let's get to this week's episode. However, Maurice drops by Marceau's, and he wants an apology. Lord, and then Martell comes in, and Maurice gonna ask him, you think I was being attacked by that picture? And Martell gonna say, well, yeah, I mean, you've got a whole wife and kids. Well, Martell, you did too, but you pissed it away with a hussy a day. Marceau, meanwhile, is like, look, Maurice, you didn't answer the question properly, so I'm gonna hang out to dry. Marceau's like, well, Maurice didn't answer the question properly, so I'm gonna post what I post. 'Cause you're just an ass. However, talk turns back to the reunion, and Marceau's mad at Tiffany's husband because he's a specialist in divorce, not marriage, 'cause he's only been married for 11 months. Marceau says he doesn't have the right to have an opinion on my marriage. Martell thinks they were bullied, but Martell, you're just an idiot. But they start too much shit. I'm with Marceau, and I can't believe it. Over with Tiffany and Louis. Tiffany's whining about Stormy stirring up dirt between her and Kimmy. Louis said he don't understand why they coming at them so hard. Because your wife has a loud, smart mouth. That's why. And Marceau was aggressive to you at the reunion because of his face. Tiffany said, well, let's go on a double date with them and maybe we could clear the air. Because she's known Marceau for a while. He goes along with it, but he's very upset because he's just an acquaintance and to be his friend or his boy is a much longer journey. He doesn't like Marceau's approach. Well, nobody likes his approach. That's why people run off when they see him coming. Melody, I don't know about acting for you. You didn't seem that good running these lines. Lord, but Martell got a wine coming out, so he go by his mama's to give her a taste. Oh, Lord. So Martell says, well, me and Mel used to drink a good sweet red wine. Why are you trying to make a wine about a marriage that didn't work? So Martell's kids wrote a book, and he gonna have them do a book sign, but it ain't his week to have them. Well, if you ain't called Melody and gotten express permission, them kids ain't coming. 'Cause the heifer can't stand you, and neither can I. Marceau, what kind of white bullshit are you spouting? Generational wealth is the time you leave your children. That's what you can say when you were left generational wealth. Take your happy ass to work. Got your family in a shack. So after Tisha passively aggressively whines about him going to Africa first, talk turns to his issue with Louis speaking on their marriage. And Mama Wanda asking about the secret apartment. There's gotta be a nugget of some truth to it because Marceau looks too irritated by it. Kimmy and Maurice finally going on their honeymoon. She done kept that lingerie she had from episode 1, season 1. But then she tell her husband, you know Kiki was at that pajama party even though Tisha wasn't. So she tell him, you know Kiki had a lot to say about her cousin too. Everybody was hot and heavy. Maurice tell her, look, talk to Kiki and Destiny and find out what Mel's trying to pull. Kimmy says, okay, after my vacay. So it's the day of the book signing and Martell waiting for kids that ain't gonna show up. Martell, you set this shit up knowing you wouldn't have them kids. You just wanted to be fawned over your damn self. Meanwhile, across town, Mel get ready to take the kids to her mama's. Now, Mel, your uncle's death might have been unexpected, but your great uncle, we saw that one coming. Mel said he sent me an email telling me about a book signing, but I ain't gonna bother with it. You know which week you had them kids. This ain't even making Mel look bad. It's making you look controlling. Lord, Marceau gotta have some prop kids to stand in for his own. And of course, messy Tiffany shows up. Where are the kids? Due to his piss poor plan and they ain't there. Well, that was the shit. I'ma see you soon. For the Crafty Factory.